Today I'm going to be talking on a slept on spell, and this was one I completely slept on until very, very recently. That spell is the cantrip Control Flames. So what makes Control Flames way better than most people think it is? Well, for beginners, it doesn't have a verbal component and only has a somatic component. On top of that, its range is out to 60 feet. So the first thing I want to talk about is how good this is for stealthy characters. You can get this on a rogue. A rogue is going to love this, or anyone who's a roguelike. The reason for that is we can outrange most sources of fire. For example, a torch is going to have 20 feet of bright light, 20 feet of dim light. We can stand well outside of that, 20 feet even further, and we can turn off those lights. We can do that without making a sound as well. The lights just go out. So if we're infiltrating a manor, for example, we can start turning off these lights as we go through. This is something that a Gloomstalker would really appreciate, but also you can just throw it on a druid with Pass Without Trace to supplement it. But it's not just turning off lights, it really makes you the master of lights. Let's take a look at the Bullseye Lantern. The Bullseye Lantern is a slept-on item. It's an absolutely fantastic item. It gives you a cone of light, 120 feet, 60 feet of that bright, 60 feet of that dim. With Control Flames, we can double that. So we can have 120 feet of bright light plus an additional 120 feet of dim light. And if you remember, a cone is exponential. The further it gets, the bigger the area gets. So a 240 foot ranged cone is a massive cone. So we really can start seeing well ahead of us. We are a lighthouse if we need to be. That carries over with the standard lanterns as well. It really just lets us control the light. And so it's actually a pretty good spell for someone who doesn't have dark vision, because now we can put on a lantern on our belt, and with a cantrip we can be controlling if that's a huge radius or if that's a small radius. We can put the hooded lantern over it and make it even a tiny radius. So there's a lot of cool things we can do with it. But there's a bunch more we can do with Control Flames. You can kind of animate the flames to create stories or to roleplay with. You can also change their color to do something similar, or to kind of do a pseudo minor illusion, create distraction or whatnot. Also, you can make fire move within 5 feet. So if someone's carrying a torch, they walk by within 5 feet of something wooden. For a cantrip, you can make the flame jump over to that wooden thing and you can start burning down buildings with the cantrip. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. Anyways, this is a spell that I absolutely have been overlooking, but recently with my most recent builds, I'm going to be throwing it on there if they're wanting to do anything stealthy. But that's just my thoughts on Control Flame. What about yours? And what about any other slept on spells you think I should cover? Let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, have yourselves a lovely day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.